Hi, I'm Itzet, a digital literacy student at Center for Creative Education in SplitRock Studios, interviewing Barbara Padilla, America's Got Talent runner-up and professional opera singer.
Solo sogno all'orizzonte, mancan le parole. Sì, lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando manca il sole.
Hi, good
Hi.
afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. Can you just start off by telling us your name?
Sure, I'm Barbara Padilla and I am an opera singer.
Can you talk about how you started singing and how you found your love of classical music?
Oh, that's a very nice question. When I was little, very little, 3 or 4 years old, I thought that everybody listened to opera, that was the music that everybody listened to. And because my mother used to play opera in classical music all the time, and I used to just sing along with it, and I didn't even think about it. I just did it, and I relate opera and classical music with the happiest moments of my childhood, and that's how I started. I just knew that I could sing that music, and I took then voice lessons and music lessons, and I was a dancer for a while, and I've always been an artist though. I've always painted, and I love acting, and I took lessons of all that stuff that I'm telling you about. And I used to listen to the Concierto de Aranjuez. I used to listen to Beethoven's Ninth Symphony as my favorites, and that's how it started. And then I started taking formal voice lessons, and then I went to the School of Music to study to start a career in music, a formal career in music.
I heard that you went on America's Got Talent and you sang opera. How was that?
Oh, it was a very interesting and very fun experience. I went to audition for the show, and this show's well, when you get there, you see like a zoo slash freak show. I don't know. I mean, it's a circus. Zoo freak show. Well, it's a lot of fun. You see all kinds of talent, all kinds of people, and then in your well, I was very intimidated because I'm like, what am I doing here? I'm not going to do anything here. Nobody's going to see me. But it's that kind of voice that sometimes gets in your head that tells you you're not going to be able to make it. They're going to tell you no, but you have to believe that if you don't knock on the door, that if you don't try, then that's the only way that you are going to make sure that you don't succeed. But if you try, well, what if they say yes? If you try, what if let them say no, and then you try,
Yeah.
And so I went there thinking nobody's going to look at me, nobody's going to see me, of course, but I did it anyways, and I ended up being the runner up, the second place in America's Got Talent in the season 4 of America's Got Talent. It was a very beautiful experience. It changed my life completely. And at that time, I was already a professional singer. I had already sang very many operas, and I had already sang very many concerts. My daughter was very young, and I was basically a stay-at-home mom, and I was giving some lessons. I was talking to my mother once, and she asked me, Barbara, what are you doing with your career? And I'm like, Mom, I'm giving voice lessons, and I'm taking care of my daughter. I'm being a housewife. And she looked, well, she we were on the phone, and she told me, she stopped me and she told me, okay, Barbara, you speak 4 languages, you have a master's degree in music, and you have a God-given talent and all the support in the world, and so what you have is you have the wings of an eagle and the mind of a chicken. And then I decided that I was going to do all the auditions that I could find, and I found out that America's Got Talent was going to be doing auditions in Houston, and I went to audition, and that's how everything happened.
That is so cool. They were telling me that you were diagnosed with cancer and you were told that you won't be able to sing. What was like the feeling that you had when you were told I can't sing?
Oh, keep in mind everything that I just told you, that I had always been an artist, that I had always been basically a singer. Had never done anything else in my life but study other things. I mean, study school, not other things, but studying in school and being an artist. And then I was studying music, so my whole life was music, and that's all I did at the time. When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease, it's a kind of cancer, it's a kind of leukemia, and I underwent chemotherapy and radiation. And chemotherapy was given to me for like 5 years, and the illness didn't go away. And then I'm going to give you the very summarized version. I was awarded with a very beautiful, very grand scholarship at the University of Houston, and I just needed to make sure that I was okay. So my whole life was open. My whole life was I had a beautiful horizon in front of me. I had a beautiful opportunity to go to the School of Music, the Moore School of Music in the University of Houston, and I needed to make sure before I went that the cancer was gone, but it wasn't, and it was localized in the neck area. And the doctors didn't want to give me any more chemotherapy because it was damaging me more than anything else. And they decided to give me radiation. They basically burn your cells. They burn your whatever it touches, it burns. And it was going to be in the neck area. And the vocal cords are right there. And they are thin membranes. So they were going to be fried. They told me, you're never going to sing again. And I didn't know what to do because my whole life was crumbling in front of my eyes. And I was thinking, what am I going to do? I mean, what am I going to do? What am I going to be? That's the most important question. What and who am I going to become? And then my mother, I remember that she grabbed my hand, because moms are usually right. They have that annoying habit of being right. And she said, Barbara, don't be afraid, because the doctors are not God, and God has his own plans for you. So just take a deep breath and stay alive, because only if you stay alive, you are going to be able to sing. And I underwent the radiation, and it never affected my vocal cords. Everything was burnt, but I kept singing throughout the whole thing, throughout the radiation even. And I'm very thankful that the Lord kept me here, and now I'm talking to you.
Thank you for spending time with me and talking about your stories. I hope to see you again. Thank you.
Well, I hope to see you too again, and you did a wonderful job, and I wish you the best, and God bless you guys.
This SplitRock Studios podcast episode has been generously sponsored by the Cultural Council for Palm Beach County, Discover the Palm Beaches, and the Florida Department of State's Division of Cultural Affairs. Culture Builds Florida.